As we enter another month of spring, hell, the final month of spring, Triple H has whipped his nose out again and he's released some more WWE talent, some WWE superstars across the brands, across the company. But before we get into the releasees, I'm about to release a response to some FUD in the comment section who said, "Why do you only make a big deal about Bianca Belair and Shade Cargill being a team? You don't say anything about the Pride. You don't say anything about the Offers of Pain." Well, FUD, Rick, you don't listen to our videos because we have been bashing the exact thing that you're talking about there. We were talking about why are Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins teaming up going into WrestleMania? There's one fine example. That was a Mania main event, by the way. It was like, why is Seth Rollins teaming up with Cody Rhodes? The guy is literally doesn't even care about his world title match. He cares more about Cody's shot at the belt. We talked about that. Hell, we've talked about the fact that why are Randy Orton and Kevin Owens teaming up. We talked about the Final Testament. Why are they bringing back Karrion Kross and putting him with the Offers of Pain? There is a million examples in there. So before anyone says, "Oh, you're just saying that about Bianca Belair and Jade Gargle," no, you're just not watching the content. That's pretty much it, man. A bunch of fuds. And you know what? Jade Gargle and Bianca Belair, they fucking suck. So does the Final Testament. So does pretty much every other tag team in WWE. They suck. Alright? So let's drop it. I mean, it's like the new Catch Republic. Why are they a tag team? What, because they're two vanilla midgets for England that wear some of the worst attires I've ever seen in wrestling history? Why are they a tag team? You know what I mean? So let's drop this pish that we're only focusing on Bianca Belair and Shade Gargle. I don't hear you talking about the Pride and the Authors of Pain. Well, there you go, right? I just focused on them all, so get it right, Rooney. But anyway, breaking news. WWE have released a bunch of superstars here. A lot for NXT. I mean, there's some decent names. I'll say decent names. I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. There's not many decent names in here, but at the end of the day, we have to talk about it because I think releases are an important part of wrestling. And all what I would say is I think a lot more people deserve to be released in this. But here, we'll take what we can. Won't we? We'll take what we can. So we're going to start it from the bottom now. Well, most of these guys start it from the bottom. Never made it anywhere further than that. But this is according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider. Starting off with Drew Gulak. This guy should never even have got a WWE job in the first place. Don't really know why he did. I mean, a couple of years ago in the new the 2K game, this guy was like the front and center piece of it. He was doing all the tutorials. He was doing all the game modes. He was doing all the different slides of the game, the screens. He was like the voiceover guy. How did Drew Gulak land that gig? I'll never know. The guy was helping Daniel Bryan and WWE with like one last title run in the dying days of Daniel Bryan's WWE run. What? A guy that's never won nothing in his fucking life is doing that? Absolute shit. Up next, we've got Ezekiel Balogun. No idea who that is. Up next, we've got Julian Baldy. No idea who that is. I could literally just repeat. Up next, no idea who that is. We've also got Trey Bearhill. Moving on. Emma Marie Diaz and Keyshawn LaForey were both on WWE Roku channel series WWE Next Gen. Again, is that even worthy of even being mentioned in a release? I mean, this could be the camera crew. This could be the people that set up the ring. I don't even know who these people are. We've got Valentina Flores, Daryl Mason, Vlad Pavlenko, Kia Saint, and Boya, whatever you want to call this FUD. So, again, that's not particularly the greatest, releases of all time. Like, I remember once upon a time, like, you used to get, like, the people they would release, it would actually be, like, a really solid list. But not anymore. Not anymore is right. But there has been a few more releases. When I say a few more releases, turns out it's been one big release. One big floppy doppy release. And that goes by the name of Olympic gold medalist. Not Kurt Angle. No. Gable Stevenson. I mean, why? I don't even know why this guy got hired, man. He came in, he did a couple of dark matches and the crowd shall over him. And they wonder, man. Just because Kurt Angle was a gold medalist, right, doesn't mean you can repeat the feat 25 years later. It does not mean you can do that. Kurt Angle is one of a kind. You know, I think he's one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time, and he always seriously rate it. There will never be another Kurt Angle. And I think that is, I think to truly make it in the wrestling business, if you can say there will never be another one of them, and that they're one of a kind. That's when you know you've made it. You've set out to be what you've made out to be, and that's a star, and you've created it, man. If there's never going to be another one like you in wrestling, you've made a name for yourself. You've done something. And that, see, back in the day when wrestling was good, that was even for your mid-carders, right? It's even like for someone like Eugene. There'll never be another Eugene. You know, a mentally retarded wrestler. It was iconic. And before people go, what, iconic? What about Okada and Omega doing a shipping? No. Go watch Eugene, some of the stuff they did on Raw with him, man. William Regal trained them up in the performance. I don't know if it was a performance center. I think it was just Stamford, Connecticut at the time. Eugene having a big feud with Triple H. You know, Hogan, all that stuff. Okada and Omega, 7-star match for Uncle Dave. Get in the bin, man. Give me Eugene every day of the week. That's why people love, like, the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression. You know, you had all these different characters and one-of-a-kind wrestlers. Like, Val Venus was a porn star. Godfather was, you know, a pimp. You know, I mean, never did we repeat it. It's like Raven, even like the Sandman and Sabu. You know, they're not on the same stardom of The Rock, Hogan and Austin, but they're one of a kind. You remember them 30 years later. Who the fuck's going to remember Gable Stevenson and Drew Gulak? Nobody. They're all the same. It's all the same. They're as bland as a margarita pizza with no fucking cheese or tomato sauce on it. Work out on it. It's just crust and a base of shite. And that's what we're leaving here. Anyway, rant aside, there's your releases. Till next time. Peace.